This book broke my heart. Let's talk about it. This is A Thousand Splendid Suns by Khaled Hosseini. He also wrote The Kite Runner, which I have not read yet, but now I definitely will be reading. I finished this book, I want to say in June or July, and I have not stopped thinking about it since. It has just been living in my brain. This book is about roughly 30 years of Afghanistan's history from the 70s, late 70s, 80s, 90s, and into the early 2000s post 9/11 attacks. The story is told through the eyes of two different women. Miriam, who is a illegitimate daughter of kind of a village outcast and a very wealthy man. She was born in the late 50s. And Layla, who was born in the late 70s and is the daughter of a college professor and definitely a more evolved, enlightened family within Afghanistan's culture. Financial circumstances, as well as circumstances of war and marriage, these women are brought together. And through their eyes, we see Afghanistan culture go from a relatively modern, enlightened society to something that is very brutal and feudal in terms of women, especially. These women are very strong individuals in their own separate ways. They are very much kind of complementary opposites to each other. We see them dealing with the devastation of Afghanistan by war, by struggling factions for power. And we see these women dealing with the reality of the erosion of their rights throughout this story. You are going to be dealing with war, domestic violence, unaliving, rape. You're also going to be dealing with birth trauma. So if that is something that is sensitive to you, definitely just be warned going into this story. However, this book is such a beautiful portrayal of deep, abiding friendship and love and self-sacrifice and just a love for culture and for the country that these women grew up in. Layla especially has a deep abiding love for Afghanistan and she wants to see it rise again. And we see her struggle with what her country was and what it is and what she knows it could become. This book was very emotionally evocative, both good and bad. It made me feel extremely angry at some points, but it also just made me feel the love that existed between the characters in this story and what they would do for each other and how important they were to each other's survival. I don't want to get too deep into the story because I think this is one that you just need to read and really experience and sit with. But it's not a book I see talked about on Book Talk very much. It is just absolutely one of my top reads this year, easily in the top five. And guys, I've just hit the 250 book or 150 book mark. So I've read a bunch of books this year, and this one stands out absolutely 100%. And I would recommend this to anybody that is looking for an amazing historical fiction, a story about just the resilience of women. I could not recommend this book enough. I hope you guys will pick this up, but let me know. Have you read this book? I'm always interested to hear what you have to say. But until then, I'll see you next time and happy reading.